You're still with me. That's a good thing. How did you feel about Unit 1? Is there anything I can do to help you navigate this course as you transition to the next unit? If so, please let me know. Unit 2 presents instructional strategies for all aspects of reading, describing the overarching concepts that guide reading instruction. Many students with learning problems experience difficulties learning and applying word recognition, decoding, and word study skills. Response to intervention, or RTI, and progress monitoring are explained to assist you with your understanding of how to address student difficulties with reading concepts. With RTI comes assessment, frequent assessment. I've included an IRIS module and an article by Murray, Munger, and Clonan that address evaluating reading progress. It might seem impossible to juggle everything that comes with teaching academic content, especially when you're working with anywhere from 10 to 30 students. It seems that the frequent one-on-one assessment is sometimes a task that gets put on the back burner. However, without this assessment, you can't determine whether or not the intervention you're using is working. As a special education teacher, I conducted oral reading assessments with all 26 students on my caseload once a week. The secret was engaging the other students in my classroom in meaningful activities while I tested students one-on-one. It took me a couple of years to get to the point in my instructional and classroom management techniques that I could do this, so don't give up. It doesn't flow well at first. You'll feel like you're failing. I assure you, though, that you'll get it. While assessment is important, instruction is the bread and butter of student progress. You'll learn about a variety of teaching approaches that can help students become more skilled at decoding and therefore more competent readers. A lot goes into teaching reading. Struggling readers benefit most from explicit, systematic code emphasis strategies that teach how to analyze a word in parts. Students with severe reading problems have shown progress with approaches that incorporate kinesthetic and tactile input into their programs. For other students, providing increased opportunities to practice word identification techniques, as well as sustained opportunities for reading, are sufficient to improve their reading skills. For older students who have difficulty decoding multisyllabic words, a word identification strategy that incorporates teaching affixes and endings can be helpful. This unit also focuses on teaching methods designed to improve the reading fluency and comprehension of struggling readers. The strategies to improve reading fluency include listening to oral reading, previewing books, repeated readings, core repeated readings, peer-supported reading, and scaffold-sustained silent reading. Peer-assisted learning strategies, or PALS, are an excellent approach to reading instruction. I've included PALS modules for you to review. You don't need to view all three. Rather, choose the grade levels you're most interested in working with. PALS combines peer-mediated instruction with effective reading activities. With PALS, the teacher is able to individualize reading material and vary the instructional pace for each student pair. As teachers, it is important to know a variety of teaching methods to meet the differing needs of learners. Comprehension instruction focuses on strategies used before, during, and after reading. Successful readers use a variety of comprehension strategies, such as activating prior knowledge, prediction, self-questioning, and other interactive techniques that will assist them in developing comprehension monitoring skills. Comprehensive approaches to reading instruction are covered, such as directed reading activities, directed reading thinking activities, reciprocal teaching, and literature-based and whole language reading programs. The unit also includes ideas for teaching comprehension skills in inclusive classrooms, which is where the majority of students with disabilities receive content area instruction. Ideas for making easy books acceptable and difficult books accessible to challenged readers are also discussed. This is important. It is not appropriate to give a 14-year-old who is struggling to read at a second grade level a children's book. This is not only belittling, but it's also uninteresting to the student. All texts and reading passages should be age and interest appropriate when working with struggling readers. Your book includes classroom applications and sample lessons throughout the chapters. This will be useful to you as you begin planning to write your lesson plan. There is so much information in your chapters, so I limited your journal articles for this unit. However, you have a few IRIS modules to interact with and quite a few videos to watch. The videos in your textbook and on Blackboard provide you with demonstrations of some of the concepts you're learning in this unit. I've also posted the PowerPoints that the textbook publishers provide me, as well as those I've created in the past. For the PowerPoints that I've created, I recommend viewing them in presenter view, as I typically include animations in my PowerPoints to bring attention to certain points I'm trying to make. By Friday, you need to post to your group wiki. These wikis are a way for me to evaluate course participation. The points are awarded on an all-or-nothing basis, so answer all 3 wiki questions. Answers like, I didn't learn anything, I understood everything and have no questions, or I don't work with kids so won't use any of this, are not appropriate responses. Also, your wiki responses should reflect more than just your textbook if you want the points. Think about what you learned in Unit 1 and 2 from your chapters, journal articles, IRIS modules, and videos. What do you know now that you didn't know before? Or what did you learn? What are you still unclear about? Or what questions do you still have? And how can you apply what you've learned? Record this in your wiki. By Sunday, go back into your group wiki and read what your peers posted. Someone might have asked a question that you know the answer to. Answer his or her question. Cite where you got the answer so your peers can look back to that source for more information if they want to. Then, look at the application ideas posted by your peers. Can you expand on any of them or weigh in with any experience you have? What can you add to their ideas for application? Working with individuals with disabilities is not a task anyone should take on alone. We serve these students and clients best if we invite input from others in the field. Next week, you'll submit your lesson plan for reading. I posted the Archer and Hughes chapter on explicit instruction again in this unit. Keep it handy as you plan for your lesson. In Unit 3, there's a Dropbox for your lesson plan. You'll see the template for it attached to this Dropbox, as well as the grading rubric and some images to help you write your lesson objective and the lesson plan. I will be providing you an example lesson plan and will post an announcement as soon as I do so. I know this course seems to be moving quickly, and we've covered a lot of content already. It behooves you to do a little bit every day rather than try to sit down and do everything in one sitting. Please do not wait until the last minute to complete the units. You need time to not only learn, but also internalize what you're learning. Also, if you procrastinate, which I do, you are likely skipping over some of the content. Please don't do this. Everything I've included is important in some way. Like I explained when the course began, reading the chapters is not enough. If you find yourself struggling to manage your time in this course, please email me. I can work with you to break the unit into chunks so you can be successful. Don't give up. I know you all can be successful. I'm proud of you for sticking with me so far. If you need anything at all, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this unit.